Greetings, I'm Dorothy Ann. Good morning. It's Thanksgiving Day 2014, just to give us a little perspective here. Today I want to teach you how to do inviting. We're going to do this kind of in two parts, so I'm going to create two videos here. So this is the first one. We'll be looking at what it takes to get it together to do inviting, and then we'll actually get into a very specific step-by-step process. So are you ready? Let's begin. Whoops, that comes that one. Okay, here we are. Keys to inviting. When we invite donors to understand this opportunity, we are giving them a gift. That's our major theme here today. So you're going to have people show up who, I said a trim, like this. This is a cat. I just want you to know, this is a cat. So some of them are coming to you really unhappy, and you're going to have to start learning to discern who are going to be good donors and really help our community, and others who are not going to, that are going to complain and yowl and be dissatisfied. So part of our process here is discernment. As I mentioned, tonight in this video we are going to be addressing the question of what are you offering to your friend? The opportunity of a lifetime, a pathway to freedom. In the next video, I will add to that how you educate your friend to understand the value of the opportunity and how you teach them about this opportunity. So, a lot to learn here. Now, a lot of you have been asking me to create things that would simplify or help be visual in our understanding. So this is a cycle of our contact with our donors. And I found this little software program I could do this in, but it's not very clear. I will print it up on the divineu.net website so that you can have it and print it out and see it in larger print here. But let's go through it because this is a valuable overview, I think, for you to see where you're headed. So over here on the left, this says cycles of contact. So this is our cycle. First is we're trying to get our folks to the website to see what the crowdfunding platform looks like. So we start by sending them an email and tell them we're crowdfunding. Now I've written potential emails up. There are 3 or 4 examples there that you can use. And we want to use an email as our first contact because we want to make sure we're doing things legally. We are not going to, if you have to read your policies and procedures, there's a problem there about being a telemarketer. If you call someone whose line is private, mine is, by the way, and you call and you're promoting a product, you're actually breaking the law. So we want to avoid that step. 1. 2, we don't want to send out emails en masse to a bunch of people because we want to make this a personal contact. We're building a relationship, and so we don't want to spam anybody. So just be aware of these kinds of limitations on how we do this process. Then we call them and say, hey, did you get my email? No, they didn't, or they didn't pay attention to it. So then you tell them a little bit about it and you send it to them again. You're just going to start warming up the relationship here again. What you want to do is ultimately 2 things. 1, you want to see if they've got a project, something they're going to get excited about, because that's where you want to target your conversation with them. You want them to get excited about doing the work to realize their dreams, raise the money to help their family, their friends, their project, their new house, their dreams, whatever it is. It's potent, powerful stuff, and it's the heart connection. So as you're talking to them, you want to determine if they're really interested, and even more so down here, whether they're really committed to doing this. So if they're interested, the cycle of sales or contact we're doing, and these are based on sales models, so I won't apologize for that. But the idea here is we want to find out if they're interested. Did they watch the video? Did they go to the website? Did they check in? If they didn't, you send them the second email, and then you follow up with a phone call. Ultimately, you'll get them to watch the presentation videos that I created for us, but there are others now being developed by the company, so you can choose where you want to direct your folks. And then, follow up, 3rd phone call, 3rd email, follow up, but most of the time you're going to start talking to them because you really want to help them understand, be available for their questions. Now, I have had a couple of people, when I brought them to the presentation and started showing them, they said, oh, I'm in, I get it, I got it, I'm in, I don't have much time, but I'm going to do this. And so they became committed right away. And so they're going through the steps. So these are the things that you're looking for are business people, would be great entrepreneurs, people who have passion around their nonprofits, that are really driven. These are the folks you're going to find that are really committed here. So they're willing to do the work. And what you want to do then is once they're committed, you're going to get them registered. When they register, remember that opens them up right immediately to a free website. So they don't have to donate immediately. They can, and the company has now set up the website so they have choices. They can donate at the $50 level or the $100 or the $200, all first floor steps. Or they can come in and do the free one and then donate the $10 and then move up to the accelerator, which is how I had done it. But the company's really trying to push us to get these consolidated for two reasons. One, the accelerator turns on the new accelerator tool, which means as the people above us, the earlier, the other generation, our ancestors, if you will, our grandmothers and grandfathers above us, are actually also doing inviting, and the company is going to be promoting this. So what will happen is that as this begins to grow, we will have people coming into our donor community under us. We will be receiving money from these people's donations, and we'll miss that if we don't have these things in place. So this tool will help us grow our community. The other piece is that if you don't have the accelerator in place and you invite someone who does do that step, what's going to happen? You're not qualified to receive it unless you've already done this donation for the $40 accelerator. So very important that you get this one done as well. And then when all of this is done, they become a qualified team member, and that's where then they can turn on the accelerator tool in their back office. They'll qualify to turn it on. So that's really important in your training. The other thing is that you want to register your folks. They need to create their project. They're going to do their PayPal button, write their 2 paragraphs of text, upload their photos, and then submit the project. It gets reviewed, and they can begin their inviting. So all of this has to be done now in order for them to be, 1, a qualified team member, and 2, that their project's approved and they can do inviting. In addition then, of course, we want them to get properly trained and have access to the training materials that I've developed and also what the company is doing these days. So have them sign up at divineu.net. This is where we start. All these materials and videos and so forth are there. And then they send an email to me at weedardonors@gmail.com so I know who they are and can help them. So I'm very committed to creating a donor community that's going to build, and I want you to help me do it. And I'm going to help you do it. So it's all reciprocal. We're in it together. Now, a lot of the stuff I'm going to work from today is from Eric Worre's book called Go Pro. Now, he is a professional multi-level marketing, network marketing person, very successful. All the MLM business folks are using his book these days. It's a good read. I recommend it to those of you who want to pursue this from a more business, really get serious, do dozens of invites and so forth. For those of you who this doesn't appeal to, it's fine. Do your 2, hopefully do 2 more because I like the numbers there, but do what appeals to you. You have complete and total choice here. We're not going to harangue you, come after you, any of that. This is your choice to participate at the level you can enjoy. So Eric starts with your ability to get a large group of people to consistently do a few simple things over an extended period of time. That's the goal. So that's what we're going to do in community crowdfunding. We're going to apply a business principle to a donation community. I think it's going to be really great. And what we have here then is the formula for financial independence. So if you'll change your thinking and your behavior, you can do this work. You can do these inviting. But don't be the hare. Don't be charging around all over the place, getting scattered. Let's do it in a more directed way. So don't try to persuade people to join us. It either will speak to them or it won't. Find 2 leaders. Train them to do this. This is what I was talking about. Entrepreneurs, business people, vision. They're going to get it. Heads of nonprofits. Some of them will pick it up. Board members of nonprofits. They'll get it. Churches, schools, teams. People, a lot of people, lots of groups and organizations need money. So I've also developed some things to work with organizations. I'll get into that later on a different video. But this is where we need to go. So focus on them. Get them excited about their projects. Learn about it. Ask questions. Be involved with it. I'm so excited because I've got 2 nonprofits now working on domestic violence issues. And we're now talking about teaching the clients of these agencies how to crowdfund. That's where we're moving to. So I'm very excited how we're going to help and empower a whole lot of people. So in this instance, you want to build a relationship. That's part of the key of all inviting, because it's heartfelt. You've got to be in your heart, not your head. Don't get in your fear. Don't get outside your body. Come back into the heart and to develop a caring rapport with these friends, these people that you're getting to know. And we help you do that through the language of peace. And so you're going to get, I'm going to give you a little insight into how to give empathy, which helps them until they're confident with the inviting. If you can help them and hear their fears and anxieties and tensions and stuff, and when they're heard, they often offer that emotion, those fears, those anxieties drop away. So let me show you how that works. Listening with empathy is pretty simple on a very basic level. You have eye contact. You listen to them. In a more expansive way, we have 2 principles we use in the language of peace. One is that our intention is to connect with them. This is the heart connection I'm talking to you about. And the other is our attention is the present moment. So let me explain that. I'm very upset with this slide. I've worked this slide 10 times to get that word moment there. And from when I translate it from one to the other. So you hear my frustration? So this is not how I want my graphics to look. I'm upset about this. That's my emotion. So what do I need is understanding, appreciation, hope you're not judging me, don't want you to criticize the self. So, there's a lot of juice in this. So we as human beings have a lot of juice. We have a lot of energy around our feelings and needs that aren't getting met here. So what happens in giving empathy is people need to be heard. Oh, they're desperate to be heard, understood, accepted. So give them your full attention. It's a gift. Listen deeply. Create rapport with them. Get them excited about their project. That's the juice we want to tap into. That's the energy. So, our kitties are saying, it doesn't look like fish to me. Well, that's true. Well, we're looking at, and crowdfunding is not what's in the toilet. It's outside the toilet. It's what we are going to co-create with each other as a donor community. So let's do it. When you listen by asking questions, you are doing what we call a form of empathy. You're asking about a person's feelings and needs. It's not an easy process necessarily to learn immediately, but I wanted to give you some examples of the language that you could use with people you're talking about. So they start talking about the project, and you're going to offer empathy by asking the question, oh, sounds like you're feeling really excited about this project and you really want to help your family or team or organization or cause. You just plug that little sentence in there, that little question, and they go, yeah, you got it, you understand me. And that experience of being understood and heard is the gift. It's the juice, the connection. Empathy, I love empathy. It's so wonderful. So please take time to learn it. Now, in the cases where you've got people who are upset about what's happening in their lives, you can also go to negative emotions. So, somebody's got a big medical problem. They can't get the insurance to pay for it because it's considered experimental surgery. This is a case I know about. And it's a $16,000 surgery, and they can't get there. or the man whose wife got diagnosed with um, um, I can't think of a term for it, but level 4 cancer, and he's had to quit his job, and they need a new roof. So and caregivers, and all sorts of things. They need things. So crowdfunding comes in as a real solution to the problem. So when you're talking to somebody who's upset about what's going on, you're offering them a solution, but listen first. Listen to them first. Sounds like you're really upset about this, and you really need a new way to solve this problem. You need help. You need information. You need. You can plug in those, security, freedom, ease, relief, and they go, yes, oh my God, yes, you really got it. So you give empathy. You listen actively. You listen with compassion before you say, I have your solution. Or I found a solution for me. It might work for you. See the difference between a hard sell of, I found your solution, to, oh, I found something that might work for you. I'm really having fun with it, and I'm really excited about it. And then you can share. Sorry, my slides are sliding here. How did that happen? So, what is the greatest gift we're offering? Financial freedom? Security? Relief? Peace of mind? You can ask them that. What is the greatest gift I could offer you? And plug in those 4. Ask each one of those, and they'll tell you which one. But it's really this opportunity that may give them each and every one of those. And my penguin is dancing here. If you really want to be happy, nobody can stop you. So let's dance like the penguin. Let's not let anybody get in our way. The secret is to solve the problem. In sales, that's what they teach. So this gift solves problems of the yin-yang. It gives us all sorts of things. Now, you'll get your sourpusses. They'll come in and say, everybody, some people need a hug around the neck with a rope. I'll let those sourpusses go. Focus on those that are getting it, that really will work, have the energy and passion to do this. Because this opportunity is going to be the answer for so many people, groups, worldwide. I mean, it's a huge vision that the people who've started this platform have given us. What a gift to us. And I really mean this. You're about to share wrap yourself in this energy. You are about to share one of the most important gifts to people, which will change their lives for the better and possibly forever. Oh my, wow, how can we do this? And while you're doing it, when people suck the life out of you, wouldn't it be nice if they took some of the fat too? Yes. Remember, I talked to you about reading books. These are good books, but I wanted to emphasize this one. If you're serious about this, you want to really get this. Go Pro by Eric Worre. And my book, Peace Matters, Teaching the Language of Peace to the World, will teach you a lot about listening and empathy. In addition to the 10 free lessons on peacematters.net, peace-matters, catch that please, .net. I have been advertising it for years as 10 free lessons. I'm now going to go all free lessons. So when I get the 60 lessons done, they'll all be free. My gift, my legacy to the world. That's what I'm passionate about. So let's look at some of the rules of inviting that Eric suggests in his book. One is to emotionally detach from the outcome. Now, I find this one problematic because when I saw what the potential of this platform, this crowdfunding, Pay It Forward crowdfunding was going to do for me and could potentially do for others, I called all my friends. I started emailing. I brought a bunch of them together. I created my own presentations because nothing was available at the time. And I got some donors. But I just saw so many of them who have been struggling and having a hard time in this economic situation that we have in this country and across the world. I just really wanted to help. And some of them are with me and some of them are not. And I had to really let go of, okay, they're not ready to receive this gift, this great opportunity. It's okay. I have to let it go It's their destiny, their choice. The second emotional rule that Eric talks about is to be yourself. Focus on your best self. Yes, I like to help people, but I don't want to bamboozle them, talk them into something they don't want. It would be too difficult for them. And I have a tendency to do that. That's my passion. I get overexcited, so I have to calm down a little bit sometimes. So, on the other hand, however, you do want to bring passion and enthusiasm because it's contagious. It catches on. People getting excited. The other thing he advises is to be strong and secure. Be confident in this. Trust this process. It's a beautiful process. So his quote then from his book was, "Guess what? I'm sick and tired of the life I've led up until this point, and I've decided to take charge. I wouldn't bet against me because I'm serious." Well, I found myself, I had put this presentation together a few weeks ago, and I found myself when I came back to it laughing because I said a very similar thing to a friend of mine the other day, saying, I'm tired of being on the edge here, and I'm tired of worrying about what's going to happen each month and see if I can't get the car fixed and get the extended medical and blah, 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 blah. I'm done with this. I am going to focus on crowdfunding. And so when I saw this, I had to laugh. So be confident about it. Find your motivation and that of your donors. So remember, we're going to have a cycle of content we're going to go through. And as I move into the next video, I just want you to be aware that we're going to work this so that you can find those people and get them invited and committed. Others of you have been asking me for simpler tools to help you give the presentations. Because in the videos, I admit, there's a lot of detail and a lot of information. So I created a form, and I'll do another little short video, but there are forms here. This is not the full page, but it gives you an example here of that you could print these off, and I've done them in black and white and color, so you can do them over the internet. And I took out the money. I just took out all the money and dealt with what we have to do. What are the steps? So you'll be putting in your name here and your phone number and email, so your information's there. And you'll put your link in here and the name of your project and your username if they're different. And then you're going to sit this down at a table and go through it. When they donate to you, they're going to register, put in their own username, donate, and then they're going to get a free website. And when they get their website to do their own crowdfunding, this is what's required. And you can tell them, project description of 2 paragraphs, pictures, and PayPal donation button. And that we have all the training they need to do this. We can help them do this. And after this is done, then they're going to invite 2 donors. And then the donors will register, and they'll put in their project names, and they'll go through this whole process. And the second donor will do this here. So we have donor 1 here and donor A here. Each of these 2 donors that your friend invites will themselves invite 2 more donors. So donor 1 has, I did -2, will invite, and donor 1-3 will also invite 2 more donors. And so we're building our community this way. Donor A over here has a new donor, A1, and down here A2, and each of these in blue will invite new donors that are in purple. And that we have 9 levels of donors that will be fueling our projects from underneath to their project and to yours. So this gives them I hope, a clearer way for you to see and explain how this process is working, how the crowdfunding donor community is building. What's next? Well, we're still going to work a little bit on finding donors and more on inviting donors to crowdfunding in this next video. So really pointedly, I'm going to get into how do you educate your friend to understand the value of this opportunity. We're going to teach them about the opportunity, and we're going to teach you how to make that connection, how to do the inviting. So thanks for joining me, and I'll be back soon for the next video. Blessings.